everybody, it's Jamie. Welcome back. Here is my April Project Life, yes. And right now I'm going through my Project Life cards. These are just a collection of journaling cards from the Reject store, a couple of Project Life value kits, the little ones, and then also some sheets of paper that I've actually cut down to 4x6. These are all my 4x6 cards, and then I also have another container that's the same size filled with all the 3x4s. This page, I really was a bit stuck on what to do because there was no sort of cohesive colour for the whole thing, and I kind of just decided to go with a pinky colour because I like pink and it's what I wanted to do. So what I'm starting off with is this little card down the bottom here that is a photo of a cake I made. I hate the way that it looks, but you know, as a scrapbooker, as a project lifer, I had to take a photo of it and use it. I was practicing for my birthday, which would be a few months later, and it was a lot better for my birthday. But anyway, I'm just going through my 3x4 cards here just to kind of get a colour scheme, and I go with pink, but they're kind of different like hues of pink. I think hue is the word. And that card there is from a specialty kit that I got from Spotlight. If you go to one of my Spotlight hauls, you'll be able to see where that little macaron card is from if you're curious. And then, like I said, my 3x4 cards are exactly the same. They're either from the Reject store, which if they're from the Reject store, you probably would not be able to get most of them because they don't really restock their collections. They kind of get one batch, and if you get it, you get it. If it's sold out, then it's sold out, and the rest would be from Project Life kits. So here is this card down the bottom, and I've decided to go with, it's actually like, looks like when you'd find like a box of recipe cards like that you would write down. That's sort of why I decided to pick that one. And in the top, I'm using a sheet of 6x6 paper. I believe the brand was also Reject store, and I'm going through some stickers in my stash to kind of figure out what I was doing. When I was doing this one, I was a bit lost. I hadn't done Project Life for a while, and then number two, I also hadn't, I'd been avoiding this layout. I'd actually done my May and my June Project Life and layouts before I even got to do this one, so I just decided I've got to start. So I'm trimming down this photo of, that's my dog, and in the background is my mum's dog, and my mum's dog is sitting on my dog's bed, and he wasn't very happy about it. He doesn't like it when he does it, so I'm just trimming the photo down, and I'm also going to cut that 6x6 piece of paper down to 6x4. It's got like this really, really nice sort of dot pattern in copper. I really like how it looked, and also that macaron card, or macaroon, is it macaroon or macaron, if you know? I'm not sure the difference. That had a copper foil down the bottom, so I wanted to kind of use copper as my accent colour. I say that, but I'm going to also use gold. I think I'm not really too picky when it comes to accent colours, besides the fact that I don't like using silver. Silver's just not the colour that I enjoy using. I think just because silver looks really good with sort of cool colours, and I don't use cool colours as much as I do warm colours. I love yellow, I love using red and all those types of things. Something that I don't think goes nice with silver, so that's why I tend to go towards gold. So this is a nice floral leafy piece that has been cut out of some gold glitter paper, and I'm matting my photo with a doily. These doilies right here are from, they're actually from a $2 store here in Australia. They're kind of that generic doily pattern, and they're about maybe 4 inches. 4 inches across is what I would say. So I'm using that to map my photo because it's Project Life. I didn't want this to be too detailed. I'm kind of thinking this is a mini layout to a degree because the photo is just very, very large. So I wanted it to be kind of a layout, but it wasn't big enough to be a whole photo by itself. So I'm pulling off all that double-sided tape, and I'm going to stick it down. And the photo is stuck down. I'm going to use my scissors to cut off the doily. I like having elements sort of come off the card when they are Project Life. I'm using these really, really, really nice, it's a sticker book. I actually have no idea what the brand is, but it has some really cool tiny word stickers. I think it's for planners. I got it in a kit couple months ago now. But it has just really cool, like, you know, everyday stuff, which I think works fantastic with Project Life. I actually think it may have come in a Project Life kit. I'm using my, I was going to use my white gel pen, but I obviously stopped. Where have I gone off to? Here we go. I'm grabbing some labels from a kit as well. This is from, I'm going to say it's from the Kitaholics kit haul that I did. If you're curious where those labels are from, if you just look at my haul playlist, you'll be able to find those. I'm just putting in my journaling, and then I'm going to turn the side of the journaling into like a little arrow. So when I'm doing those, I just cut a line down the middle where I want that arrow to go to, and then I cut in from the sides. I find it makes a really nice perfect arrow if you're doing it freehand. And I'm just going to stick that down. The journaling just kind of tells you about how he doesn't like it when he sleeps on his bed, that sort of fun stuff that, you know, you're not necessarily going to remember in 20 years down the line. I just put a puffy sticker down from the reject store. It's a little flower. And then I'm also going to put these hearts down. That just shows you that I had all of these sitting around and none of them had a pink heart. So I had to go to another sheet to get it out. Both of those heart stickers are from eBay. The big heart one, you can actually still get, but I have never been able to find those tiny little heart ones again. Yeah, very unfortunate. I love those little heart stickers, so I wish I could find them again. If you know of something similar to those, I'd love to be able to get some more, because I love doing sprinkly things on my layouts and also adding tiny little stuff onto Project Life. So here I am just sticking down a photo of some Anzac cookie tins. If you're from Australia, you'll know that April is Anzac Day, and my boyfriend bought some Anzac tins because he thought they looked really cool. He's a big history fan, so he thought they looked really nice, and he's starting a little collection, so I just journaled about that. And then this is a photo of my cat, who decided to stand on my windowsill like this for ages. My cat's a bit of a scaredy cat. He's very much a scared cat, so seeing him up here was kind of funny. He was kind of curious what was going on, looking at the plant outside and all that, so I took a photo of it as always. This is just a circle of that paper that was the large 6x4 card. I'm just using a 1-inch circle punch from Kmart, and then they are American Crafts, one that says hey, and then I'm putting also, they're like epoxy stickers. They're kind of domed on the top, and then they also are adhesive as well. The reason I actually cut that out is because I wanted to use those epoxy stickers again later on, but I wanted it to be cohesive, so I just cut it out a circle where I knew I'd be able to cover it up with the photo, which I thought was a fantastic way to make this layout look a lot more cohesive, because like I said at the start of the video, I was very nervous because none of the photos sort of interrelated together at all. This was a very random month. It was Easter. I was still a professional experience. I was also just finishing holidays. It was a very interesting month that didn't have anything cohesive, so the way I sort of went about making it look more cohesive was to sort of use similar embellishments everywhere. I'm using those tiny word stickers again that I used from the top layout. I believe this one may say brave, kind of wishful thinking. Wish my cat would be a little more brave and not as scared all the time. Oh no, it's create. That's right, I was making the matching little epoxy circle homemade DIY embellishment for the cake layout that I'm doing later on. And then I'm also going to put a cute little blue heart to sort of make that one complete. And then that is how I'm going to tie the layouts together, by using very similar things. I always like to push down these very hard because sometimes they get little air bubbles. So that's just what I like to do. I'm trimming down the photo of the cake that I made and sticking it down with some double-sided tape. Nothing too fancy. What I actually decided to do with this card is really, really cool, and I decided to make it like a recipe card. I'm also just lining it up so I can make sure that I'm lining it up because I'm going to cut it because it was a little bit too big. It's just maybe, like about 3 mils too big for the card to begin with, but then I also wanted to do that kind of pull out tab that you see with recipe cards. If you've ever seen them, my grandma has them. They're like a box that you pull out the cards, and the recipe name is actually the part that's raised, and you pull it out. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. I kind of thought that was going to be a really cool idea, because this is going to be, although this is going to be on the back side of the layout and you won't be able to pull it out, it will kind of give that cool effect that it looks like you can pull it out and gives you that recipe card feel. So I'm going to use these stickers. I don't end up using these ones. I actually grabbed some pink ones to spell out the word recipe, because I again wanted to do that sort of recipe card feel, but I don't write the recipe down. I actually do some journaling about doing the cake and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to spell the word recipe with these stickers. I believe these are jelly bean soup. They're kind of like a vinyl. They're really nice. I think I got them from Craft Online, possibly. If you're here in Australia, they're just an online store. So I initially decided to put the word recipe up there, but I decided to move it because I realised I wanted the word chocolate cake up the top. This cake is actually a chocolate cake. I just went a little over the top with the decorations on the cake, so you can't tell, but it's actually a chocolate cake. So I'm going to do all that journaling on here in a moment, but I use a Posca pen to do the word chocolate cake because I wanted it to be a little bit thicker than a normal pen. And then I just use my normal felt tip pen to write that in. And this is almost done, this layout. I just decided to do a little bit more fiddling around because I didn't actually know the composition of this layout. This Project Life page was such a throw for me. I had no idea what to do. So I do actually also grab out this label and decide to do a little bit more journaling on the right. The card that I'm doing right now is just a little funny story that happened at Easter. I came home from work and my mum was like, I've left a gift in your room, and I came in and I was looking for it and I had no idea, and this was right next to my bed, and it took me about an hour to actually find it. So I thought that was a really funny story, just how obvious it was, but I couldn't find it at all. And then I just journaled about that. And then I'm also going to use a tiny word sticker just to put on there. Something funny also is those gifts on the side are also some of the gifts, some of the other Easter things I got, so I just wanted to document that, and I'm going to use a Posca pen actually on that other card. But this card here of the cat that I'm also going to do a little bit more embellishing on. I'm sorry about the fiddling. I think my light fell down in the video, so I was just fixing that. This is some stickers from Simple Stories. These also came from a kit from Kitaholics. If you're curious, you can go look at that haul. And then I'm just putting some stickers everywhere. So these are crepe paper little glittery hearts, and then I'm just trimming off that tiny little white bit on the edge. I actually really quite like this. It's kind of like a mixture between a filler card and then also an actual card. And like I said before, I did remember putting the Be Brave on there because I thought it was funny with the cat, and that is actually that card. It's very simplistic, but I actually quite like the way that it looks. And this is when I grab out the Posca pen to do the writing on. But we're coming to the end of the layout. I have a close-up for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and got inspired. Stay tuned for some new videos. I'm sorry I haven't had a lot of videos lately, but I should be getting caught up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!